Hello darlings, welcome back. So lots is going on and I've got no readings tonight, so I'm going to sit down and try and catch up from the last video because there's a lot of stuff, and so hold on tight and let's go. So a jump to the left, a jump to the right, and here is Janice, Janet and Brad's, JB, and this is the time warp. And we're bang in the middle right now. So I was just looking at this Tonga volcanic eruption, which I've just been told about tonight, so I haven't looked into it. But this happened on the 15th. And it's all about the 5 ages of the lunar pillar, the 5 ages of the solar pillar. So we're finishing the 5 ages of the lunar pillar. And this is about Hawaii 5-0. This is about the hidden hand. This is about the North Polaris, which the star, when it's flipped upside down, you have the 2 horns on the top and you have the 3 kings at the bottom. You've got, that's why the 3 kings died in the fire, because his wife and his son survived. The father king, his 2 son kings, they now go underneath. And the Black Madonna, Taurus, Africa, is risen with her blue boy, Dauphin. That is the upside down. Let's get the North Polaris, North Star. So the North Star changes, but the North Star has got the 4 legs around it. So this is all there is. There's the 4 corners, and when you can see behind each of the 4 corners, you've got summer, winter, solstice, and full spring equinox, and you're standing up straight. Again, on the new equinox is the new MC. So Aquarius is falling onto the equinox. We've got Taurus falling onto the IC. We've got the lion's den, Leo. The lion lies down with the lamb on the horizon, the Sphinx and the Giza pyramids. And at the top, we're going to have Isis, Scorpio. But before this closing takes place, we've got this gap, and the gap is about the silver and the golden gates. So Taurus and Scorpio, silver gate, St. Louis, Taurus, and the golden gate is between Sagittarius and Scorpio. Okay, so Golden Gate is in San Francisco and North Gate is in St. Louis. So Silver Gates is the Ark, St. Louis, Mississippi, and the Golden Gates is in San Francisco. The Golden Gate is on the strait of the west coast of North America that connects San Francisco Bay. So this means that if we've got Taurus, so we had for this tsunami, we had the moon on Taurus, the silver gates, and it was on the 15th. So that's the 10 lunar ages. The 5 lunar ages, the 5 solar ages, which become, say, 10, and we're rising Hawaii 5-0. That makes the 15. 15 is the number of Mercury, and Mercury is being crowned as the blue boy right now in Capricorn with Saturn and Jupiter right on the true third eye, Fomalhaut, which will be falling onto the horizon. So that means that we're looking at everything this way up, because if this is the Golden Gate where we've got Ophiuchus, this fake 13th sign being risen, which is actually just the 13th constellation, and we've got Taurus as the Silver Gate in St. Louis. So San Francisco, St. Louis, each side. These are the two closing of the twin peaks of North and South America, NASA, Aquarius and Capricorn, where all the planets are coming into now. All the planets are between the South-North node. We've currently got the North node in Taurus. We've got the South nodes in Scorpio, and they are very soon to go onto the axis of the original cardinal cross, Libra, Aries, and this is all about the gates closing right now. The North Star, we've got the 4 legs, and when you found the 4 corners, when the 10 tribes of Dan meet again, so there was all the ash coming from the from the earthquake under the sea in Tonga. So the 10 lost tribes, that's Satan, that's when the 2 pillars merge, and you need to find your Janus from the Rocky Horror, which is the 2-headed eagle, which is the closing the 2 sides of the 2 pillars. Jumping around a bit, but this was sent to me 5 minutes before I wanted to do the video, so it's just trying to get all this together. So look, this is just the Milky Way, the sine wave of life, and so we will be between the 2 eclipses at this passage. That's why they closed the Eiffel Tower with that piece of art, with that leaky blue Bridget Jones soup, closing the eye. This is the Medusa, this is the jellyfish. We've just had Jack Frost cover us in the fog, the foggy waters of the deep blue sea, of the Medusa, the jellyfish, the JFK cut. So, and we've just had today, got so much to show you. Yeah, we've just had this guy who has just died, the blue boy. I'll show you all his blue. And so he died in La Rosière in La Savoie in the Alps. So Mercury and Saturn are in Capricorn, the top of the mountain. Capricorn, they are crowning Omicron. So this happened just above the Bay de Marseille. So they don't want the official bay of America, of Mexico, the M, the merging of the Golden and the Silver Gate, the Milky Way, head and the snake, they're rising Omicron. So he died in a direct line from La Rosière, which is the rose, and we've got Venus closing her 5-pointed star in Sagittarius, which is the old MC, that they want to make this gap between Sagittarius and Scorpio before Scorpio in 9 years falls onto the true MC solar. So this actor who's done all these films which tell us exactly, died at La Rosière, and he died at the croisement, the crossing between 2 blue pistes. In French, the blue tracks are the easy ones. So I don't know what this Playboy's doing on the blue, because the blue is for the children. Even I, could do black and red piece. This is blue, is very, very easy. It's a little bit harder than green, but these are the chakras, the piece of the mountain. They give you the colors. Mercury. So it happened again at 1:15. So we've got, il était pris en charge pendant 1h15. So he was being looked after for 1 hour and 15, but there's your 10, 15, 10 is the 1, the 10, 15, before being taken by a helicopter to Grenoble. So, of course, it's being reported by France Bleu. I showed you in the last video. This is the blue boy. This is his, I was showing you last week, Chanel. This is, and let's see his, so it's all blue. And he's running after the little mermaids, the deep blue sea, the blue-eyed blondes. He's got to Capricorn. Capricorn has to merge her fishtail with the little mermaids. This is the end of water. So there he's got the white swan, black swan. There's the black swan. He's the one, that's the one that, he thinks he should be with, but because we're getting rid of the blue eyes, we're getting rid of Europe, water. So Little Mermaid is going, and this is this fight between the black, and then he says, because he's grown up now, he says,
I'm not going to be the person I'm expected to be anymore.
Okay, so little Mercury changing costume wherever the sun is. He's always close to the sun. He doesn't have a lot of character. He just brings logic and thinking and communicating, and he expresses wherever he is. So he's now in big Capricorn, the big, the tribal earth, high cardinal, and we've got the Milky Way going onto the cardinal cross in a couple of months. So we just have a quick look at this. So I mean, this is Gaspard Ulliel. So est décédé à l'âge de 37 ans. So that's 10 again, 7, 8, 9, 10. Say 10. After a skiing accident. So he crushed his skull and bones, which in French is the crane, the crane, that last leg, that 90-degree angle. So where is he again? Got lots open. So it happened on the Tuesday afternoon. That's Mars Day. So we saw that. So he began his career at 19 years old in the Égaré, all films that we to see with Emmanuelle Berthe, famous French actress. Sans intérêt d'un soldat de la Première Guerre mondiale dans un long dimanche de fiançailles. So that's a film about the First World War. Jean-Pierre Jeunet, lui vaut le César, so the Caesar of Best Masculine Hope in 2005. Son of two stylists, Etty was also known for his films as Saint Laurent, 2014, Bertrand Bonello, Bébé, 22, et Juste à la fin du monde, Until the End of the World, 2016, which is 2019. Xavier Dolan, qui lui avait valu le César du meilleur acteur 2017. Il a incarné un écrivain retrouvant sa famille après 12 ans d'absence, a writer who found his family after 12 years of being apart. He's been around the wheel. À qui il venait annoncer sa mort prochaine, to whom he announced that he would soon be dying. Sa dernière apparition sur les écrans remonte à l'automne dernier, où il a partagé l'affiche de la comédie La Vengeance au triple galop. Oh my goodness. His last appearance on the film screens was last autumn when he shared in the comedy Vengeance or Triple Gallop. So there's your 777. Before the last leg closing, we're at Venus closing in Sagittarius, and these are the rebels. These are the 10 tribes of Dan. These are the tribes of Dana. This is Satan. This is the horseshoe, the Milky Way, the baby closes again. And then it has that V in the middle, which is the V for victory. But they're stopping the wheel right now between Vega and Spica, the two blue stars. So if we look here at the Polaris, so we got the Polaris here, and we've got so Polaris is on the Silver Gate, so we're at the Silver Gate flip-flop right now, and Vega is on the Golden Gate. Vega is here, and Vega is the blue star as well. So we've got Spica, blue star, Vega, but Vega is above the Golden Gate, San Francisco, and Polaris is above the silver gate. So this is the 5-pointed star, is the 5-pointed star. Where is she? North Star. So this is standing upright. You've got 2 legs, 2 arms, and your heads. But we're having the Baphomets. The Baphomets. Baphomets, not a book. Images. So the star. So this is the upside down. The Baphomet is this is not the goat. This is the ram. This is the Satan. This isn't Saturn. This is Satan. This is the 10 tribes merging without us finding our Janus, the opening of the wheel, and now the closing of the wheel. The closing of the wheel is in the head that faces Pisces, not the head that faces Sagittarius. So this, it's written under here. So the dwarf gate, a portal to energize, teleport, transform. Soldiers walking into the gate, and on the other side, they can't get out or modified. In the pictures, you can also see that there is a large object car drives into it. Does that make any sense? Okay. The Janister, Janus, Latin, Lanus, from Latin, Uana, door, entrance. So this is very much the name. We just had an Uana, Ulliel. Okay, maybe not. Let's come back to here. So the door, the entrance, Roman god, protector of the house, god of the beginning and the end. Before starting major undertakings, Janus was victimized and put himself, this is January, himself under his protection, especially at the beginning of wars. January is named after him. Since the two-faced god, Janus's head, was associated with 2 dimensions or spaces, beginning and end. Janus's head performed as relief, were often attracted on both sides of doors and passages for him to come, ending and going overviews, as well as a sense of past and future. The key next to the stick, the attribute of the god, makes a symbolic connection to the door. In Roman times, the Janus gate north of the Forum, through which you could access the Janus temple, had to always be open in times of war, as did the gates of the temple of Janus, Medici, Pope Clemens VII, 1478-1534, under whose pontificate the Reformation began, was happy to be celebrated as princes of peace, and therefore gave Benvenuto Cellini, that's BC, again, that's 23 DNA strands, medals with the inscription Claudem ter belli portae, the gates of war are closed. So that's why we've got in London, Portobello, the door below. It's why we've got 10 Downing Streets. We're at this Satan closing of the bay, should be in Mexico, and they're prematurely bringing up this upside down 5-pointed star. So the 3 kings below, and the Black Madonna and her Dauphin sun, which is what we see in this guy. Yeah. So there's another video. There's another video of his. If I open this, oh yeah, this is another video from 2014. So that in 2013, this retrograde of Venus began and is now closing in Sagittarius. So bringing up Giselle, which, you know, she's a man. This is the Little Mermaid 5, the 5-pointed star. Coco Chanel, CC 33, and you know, it's the tsunami, it's the wave, it's Splash, the mermaids. Okay, that's not what I want to show you right now. So another one of his BLEU CHANEL. This one. So this is the blue boy, this is Mercury in Capricorn. And here is the Black Madonna. So this is right now. And we've got Space Odyssey of David Bowie playing. So yeah, this is black. All the earth signs are earth, are black. So this is the rising of the blue boy, Mercury, the Dauphin, and Saturn as the Black Madonna. But, you know, they're using Taurus. Taurus is being risen up. Africa and Jupiter will merge with Capricorn. That's what he wants, to make the bee black and yellow Asia. Okay, let's come back to this. I better be careful for the music. Might be too late, so So there's always the water. Here we go. So the new mermaid underwater is, we've done the flip-flop from Pisces to Virgo. They need to keep the mutable cross. So now they're bringing up the blue boy with Virgo. And it's no longer the Little Mermaid. He's got his Out of Africa. So this is the most famous image of Janus. And there's your Coco Chanel 33. You've got to find your crown. And, you know, these are the wings, which are either the whale's tail being hung upside down. So it's from Altair. Here's Altair. So the wheel began in this direction, and now the wheel should be closing on the silver gate as the head is here. And then in 9 years, we'll be on the true, in 9 years' time, we'll have the head of the Milky Way in Scorpio. But for the moment, if the head's in Taurus, this is the summer solstice, this is not north. With this, we've got at the moment, so for this time, we had the moon just in Taurus. Well, yes, still in Taurus. And right in this gap between, we're leaving the mutable cross, Gemini, Mercury, blue boy, and we're now, blue boy is coming up. He's in Capricorn. So he's been crowned. These are the twin peaks up here. This is the closing, the merging. This is the true north. This is going to be the north, this is going to be the west, and the east on the horizon. Okay, so we've got this in ancient Roman religion and myth. Janus is the god of beginnings, gates, transitions, time, duality, doorways, passages, frames, and endings. He is usually depicted as having two faces. The month of January is named for Janus. According to ancient Roman farmers' almanacs, Juno was mistaken as the tutelary deity of the month of January, but Juno is the tutelary deity of the month of June. So this again, this is Gemini between Gemini and Taurus. So they're flipping up. Janus presided over the beginning and ending of conflict and hence war and peace. So this is exactly Mars entering in Sagittarius now. Venus in that Vengeance, that film of the blue boy that he did. We're right there. We're right there. So he did, sa dernière was La Vengeance au triple galop, the vengeance at triple gallop. I mean, and then he did the Moon Knight, the series, the Moon Knight, so exactly that, diffusé par la plateforme Disney. So he was the face of the perfume BLEU of Chanel. And the person who did it is called Martin, of course. This is Mars now entering Sagittarius. So Mars in Sagittarius is tin, Jupiter, tin, and Mars, iron, fur. So we're right there. Yep, so it's the janitor. Etymology either from Dianus or from roots. So Dianus is Taurus, the moon goddess, where the moon was on Diana. 3 etymologies were proposed by ancient erudities. So yeah, when I was talking about the we're talking about the date of the Tonga, the 15th of January, and 105 people again, 10, 5, 15. The volcano had continued throughout the day with satellite imagery indicating 5 kilometers wide plume of ash, steam and gas. So tribe of ash, the gas of the Cardinal, rising into the air. We had Mercury. Mercury started his he entered Capricorn. He entered Capricorn on the 2nd. And he starts going retrograde on the 15th. So on the day he started going retrogrades, he was stationary the 14th. He's moving back. Okay. The eruption was one of the biggest in Tonga in the past 30 years. Cycle of Saturn. It was so violent it could be heard as loud thunder sounds. So this is Jupiter making thunder in Capricorn's home. He rules where Venus is finishing her 5-pointed star, and the sun was conjunct Pluto on this day. It's my astronaut. This is this. So we've got Uranus still retrograde in Aries. The moon, we have it in Stellarium actually on Aldebaran, and Mars in the last degrees of Scorpio, so also the head of the snake. It says somewhere in that article 17.6, which is exactly to finish the 18 months of the head and the tail, and every 18 years it takes to go around. So it's telling us, you see, this, they're going to be absolutely on Algol to finish this passage into Aries. So where did I see for the Tonga? Something I saw 17.6. So this is the rising of all the Polynesian people, the Pacific, the Fiji, Samoa, Vanuatu, Solomon Islands. This is the rising of the tribes by tribe. Again, between 5 and 10 centimeters. So due to thick ash and planned relief flights from Australia. So, you know, this is Oz. This is the new water. This is the new eels. This is the new hidden hand. This is the new Hawaii 5-0. New Zealand is the N, and the N flipped the Z, and New Zealand is NZL. Okay. You see Sun conjunct Pluto, Mercury retrograde conjunct Saturn, Jupiter thinking he's the king of the castle, making, now this, when it's the closing of the Milky Way, the bay, is when there are 45 degrees between Jupiter and I think it's the south-north node, because you see we've just got the moon now, which has moved on to the other side, but normally all the planets for that, for our last video, you know, we've had all the planets on the inside, all of them. So now the moon has moved, the moon is going round, but otherwise the planets are all inside. But for this event, the moon is just out. So 45 degrees. Jupiter is currently at 8 of Aquarius. So it's not yet. That means there's 22 degrees left before Pisces, 30 here. So 30 plus 22 is 30, 55. And then we've got 55, and then we've got another 30. So we're looking for a big closing when we've got an angle between Jupiter. Well, this is going to be, so 22, 30, 55, 55, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85. So it's the 90 degrees that they've been playing on. It's been exactly 90 degrees, the two last legs. It's been the 90 degrees, as I've been saying, the 99 of Prince Philip, and we're playing for the last leg now. Jupiter wanting to bring up Africa and keep himself as the king up here. This is Atlas. This is carrying the world on your shoulders. He cannot be the true Saturn twin peaks. When you merge the two sides of that Janus looking both ways, he becomes one. That can only be Saturn. So we're going through the Facebook now. This came up from last year. Can you see the imposter, the 5-pointed upside down, 5-pointed star, 3 below, 2 horns above, and the hidden hand? 5 girls. Only Mary looks you in the eye, Mayflower Queen and the Beast as the 13B Ophiuchus. In the top left-hand corner, my great-grandma, Mary Ryan, she's telling you in her eyes she is being crucified upside down. So this was May the 4th, Force body member be with you to remember 11/11 and find your 5th head, egg, leg. Find the 5th be, okay, well, here we go. So this image, all the children are looking in other directions. She's looking straight ahead, but we've got 2 horns on the top. We've got this imposter, this, you know, it looks like some kind of witch doctor or something. And then we've got the 3 children below, and we've got the Black Madonna holding her Dauphin with the little child here, and then you've got the 4 corners put on around. So this is the upside down 5-pointed star, the May Queen, Taurus. So they're telling us this is all the Victorian society, this is all the Theosophical Society. Let's just carry on from there and see how everything has been moving around. So the Sun for the 15th, still in Sagittarius. Venus still retrogrades. Mars still in Ophiuchus. Well, you know, this is not Ophiuchus, this is Scorpio, but he's still in that section because they've made this section between Scorpio and Sagittarius as Ophiuchus. He's on the knee. So then on the 18th, we had the full moon, and the full moon in Cancer. So this we talked about last time, and we've had the rising of Jack Frost. So we've had all the misty water. I'll be showing you this in the post, but this is the jellyfish. This is Kali. This is destruction. It has been very weird, completely in this icy cold, frosty, but it was wet. It's vapor. It's vapor. It's not... it's very eerie. I'll be showing you posts on that. So then we had the full moon. The sun was just entering Capricorn. So the sun just in Capricorn, and Mars is now about where the 19th, and Mars is entering today into Sagittarius. Right, so from tomorrow in Sagittarius, and this is the vengeance. This is the death of this boy at the crossroads. At the crossroads, and we've got Mars coming to joy. This is Martin. This is Mars in the home of Jupiter, in the V for Vendetta, Vega, the Lyra, and the wolf, and being closed in the triangle. So Mars coming in. This is the rising of all the Polynesian people. These are the were coming out of the... This was whilst we were still in Scorpio, and now this is going to be a new tribe rising. Venus, Nunki. There's Nunki. So Venus is coming up onto Nunki. So I think the date, the 22nd, is going to be, we had the fires. The fires were at 122 for the Three Kings. So Mercury, going back. So he's almost completely blinded. He's now, for the 19th, he's pretty blind there. He's 8% illuminated, and as we come to the head of the Baphomets, the head of the goats, I mean, you know, the head of the goats, which is the upside down. This is upside down. This is upside down. So right on the heads. And at that time, 122, we've got the Sun and Mercury, the 22nd, absolutely conjunct on the heads. So crowning the Sun King as the upside down North Star, Polaris, Saturn at home, Jupiter taking Aquarius as his, crucifying. This is to be the true falling onto the equinox, Jupiter, but we're in this gap. We're in this gap between Pisces and Aquarius, which means we're still on the mutable cross. And we've got Venus on the noon key, that midday where it was for 5/11. They're vaccinating the children between 5 and 11 years old. 5 and 11 is the lion lies down with the lamb. 5, Leo, 5th house, Hawaii 5-0 is the descendants. That's Australia, that's New Zealand. The Whore of Babylon, they've got Oz and Iris being risen in Paris. So for this 122, we've got Venus has been retrograde and she is back. Well, actually, for 5/11, she was where Mars will be on that day. For 5/11, she was on the Dart of D'Artagnan. You know, here's the David Bowie Odyssey. The Bow, the Archer, and his apprentice. So there's a story going on in the newspapers. There's so much. So Mars will have entered Venus stops ending that 5-pointed star right there. And Mercury is completely blinded by the sun. And the moon is in Virgo. And okay, so we go to the 23rd. When will she be on Spica? Okay. So that little Mercury is completely blinded. Jupiter is now leaving the all-seeing, the last D'Artagnan, the last leg, the last 90-degree angle. Currently, he's been making Jupiter those 90-degree angles. We just counted it to the north-south node, to the silver golden gate. And then we're going to have the moon moving in as well to Sagittarius. So we're going to have Mars, Venus, Mercury that has retrograded back to Sagittarius. So he entered Sagittarius, Mercury, on the 25th, completely blind with Mars here. So this is taking the children. This is in England, I saw somebody posted a big Rasta, big brother, the piped piper singing along the streets with the children. We're not going to get vaxxed. This is going to completely flip-flop. It's going to completely send people into chaos. There's going to be this whole other, the anti-vaxxers rising now all over the world. And this is the big flip-flop. And this is going to cause all this anger. So we got the children with Mars, Jupiter in Aquarius, and Venus here. And so this little boy, he's coming back, and this is the merging of Sagittarius and Capricorn, Asia and America, North America. Okay, so we're just going through my posts now, and we'll jump to things that we need to as we go along. So somebody posted this yesterday. I haven't even opened it. 5G around airports. Airlines warn of catastrophic disruption. So 5G, the fifth wave. Have you made it through the heart to the higher mind? JFK, cut is here. Medusa, jellyfish, cut. Pop off, 369. The moon key gets choked. A jump to the left, a jump to the right, and some will stand up straight. Venus, the 5-petal flower, opens and shuts. The diaphragm rises and falls. The passage through, the voice of authenticity from heart to mind. The jump from pirates to pilots, windmills to air miles. SARS, airwaves, is your heart, mother, matter, heavier than your consciousness. Father, father, air. Pop, 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 last corner. So then we've got the James Webb telescope, which I'm not, haven't looked into this at all, but I just put, have not even seen this. I know immediately what it is. James Webb, Jacques and the Beanstalk, Eiffel Tower, Spider-Man, Eye in the Sky, Sirius, MC, Orion, Omicron, Ishtar turned into the mask. Ishtar is the weaver. She weaves the reality. She's Venus. And this is from we've got Taurus to Scorpio, the silver and the golden gates, and they're bringing up this sixth, as I showed you on the picture. On the picture here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got the two horns, the center of the star. And you've got the 3. So this is actually, you see, there's the imposter, there's a hidden hand, there's so you see this, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the beehive. It's the beehive. It's the big eye in the sky. And, you know, so this is this passage of Janus. This is a masculinized vulva of the octopus that opens and shuts, the octopus that rises. It's the vulva, it's the female gateway. And this is now, you know, this is completely virtual reality. We've got yellow and blue here, Asia and the blue boy, Sagittarius and Mercury. Black, Capricorn, this is the bee, the beehive, Asia, yellow, Sagittarius merging with Capricorn, and Mercury as the Dauphin, the sun, the new baby. So Mercury making his journey back here, the blue boy, the UN, and Sagittarius merging with black, Capricorn to make the bee. And this is about the children, little Mercury, blinded, the little innocent children. They're going to be given all their masked heroes now. This is going to be the separation of the pair that rents. Something I wrote that I shared for the video. From fallen into flesh to becoming the observer of the archetypes within you. This is what's happening now. Returning to spirit, to our godly selves, getting past Jupiter expansion, flesh, and back to Saturn contraction, spirit, self-governance and responsibility. Osiris, Sirius, Orion was the summer solstice. The Milky Way opened after Sagittarius when we began the 5 ages of the solar pillar, the Milky Way, and closes now in Scorpio. That's the 14 pieces of Osiris, the journey to full Medusa expansion. So it's not closing right now. It closes in 9 years, but they're using Taurus opposite and the Silver Gates. So to close onto the Golden Gate, but they're hanging us upside down. Scorpio is going to be the north. They're bringing up Merlin. They're bringing up the descendants. The Aquarius falls onto the ascendant and Leo falls onto the descendant. So Merlin is the descent. It's the, you know, it's the upside down corner. The Milky Way opened after Sagittarius and closes now in Scorpio. That's the 14 pieces of Osiris. The journey to full Medusa expansion and back to the 8-wheel, 5th wave, 12 times 30, 360 to 5 times 72, 360 wheel. The 5th wave of higher consciousness. New IC in Taurus, MC Scorpio, Aquarius ascendant and Leo descendant. We are still in the gap, the passage, and this is when the Joker moves in as we see. And now it falls onto Taurus. They're rising Taurus now as Osiris into the 13th fake sign of Ophiuchus, the horned god, the reversed 5-pointed star hung upside down when it should be in 9 years, when head of Milky Way is in Scorpion, Isis, currently in Taurus. Jupiter's trying to crown himself as MC Orion, Omicron, and will harvest all the souls that remain below the diaphragm. Sun, Moon, solar plexus, parental guidance. Libra merges with Scorpio as all the fixed and cardinal signs should. They are merging mutable with cardinal, so Sagittarius, Capricorn, the bee, and making Taurus into the twins, free Mars, Tin, Jupiter. Green man, Pan, Mercury, Mars. It's a choice to become conscious in the flesh, to observe your wheel, to know this wisdom, and the eagle, Scorpio, is risen again to carry Libra, the scales, the snake, as the lost wisdom found. So this is an idea of the eerie fog that we've just been having. These are the birds in my garden. They're amazing. And just this incredible fog that we've been having. Here comes a new candidate in France, Christian Taubira from Lyon, from the Lion, to be the president of the Republic. Let's open it up and have a look. Oui, j'accepte. So the 27th to the 30th of January of Janus, we've got the elections. And actually somebody sent me a video by her, so she's anti-vax. Of course, we're rising the Black Madonna. I put, here we go, moon on Regulus Leo. Well, yeah, when this came out, the moon was on Regulus. From Leon, Leon, Noel, Elon, Musketeer, Tar, Terre, Jude, Aquarius, Lamb, Formerholt, Pierre, Paul, Jacques, Puss in Boots, Back to Black, Out of Africa, Taurus, Black Earth, Me Too, Bully Rising, MC Orion, Free Martins, all going to plan. La Marianne Faithful, Lucifer, Fleur de Lis Rising. Just read that. Narcissus looking at himself in the lake, the mirror, not seeing through the mirror. Libra, masculine air, scales of wisdom lost when the eagle Aigle fell to the dust, a scorpion. Isis, she rises as an eagle again when you can face Scorpio death, the murky dark waters and what lies beneath your reflection. Narcissists cannot see the snake scorpion under their own reflection. The snake on the pole, snake is the solstice and the scales are the equinox, the cross you bear. When you find her, the depths of your fears, you rise as the feather, no longer closed in the heart. Mart is your heart heavier than the feather. There are some secrets which do not permit themselves to be told. Edgar Allan Poe, Echo and Narcissus. We are literally, we have to come out of the Batman cave. 'Tis no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. There is just getting people out of the cave, but they are being microwaved, they're being artificially popcorned in the microwave. This is all premature to bring in the false heroes, the revolution, when it, you know, it's, so I'll leave that like that. You can read that. Just saying that the fog smelt. So it was like fumes. It wasn't a smell. It didn't have an odor. It was like an exhaust pipe, a weird smell. So, you know, it really was Scooby-Doo. We're coming up to the flip-flop. And this post, how, wow, I, the who. So I didn't know about this. I didn't know about the, where is that? Where is the Tonga? So I didn't know about the Tonga. And I did have Tonga up on a map, but I did have Tonga. Let's put Tonga. So Tonga's right above New Zealand. It's right by Oz. And I presume this is to get the Gulf of Mexico again. Got it coming from both sides, from the Canary Islands, and now this side as well. Okay. So, how, why, I, the who, 5-0, star, hidden hand, flip-flop, big date, 20th of the 1st, moon on Regulus, Leo, the new descendant, Lion's Den, DNA tribe. So that's tomorrow of Dan, as Jupiter sits on Formerholt, new ascendant, Aquarius opposite, new horizon line, Jupiter trying to crown himself. It's going to be a big sunshine and very cold. Yeah, I have to show you these pictures. The 21st to 22nd, 3 kings burnt in fire at 1:20 a.m. was a warning us of this date. So we have to go back and look at this. Mars enters Sagittarius, Sun sits bang between Sagittarius, Capricorn, 1920 Janus, Venus on Nunki, retro and conjunct Vega. Mercury conjunct Sun in Capricorn, 22nd, blinded by the light. Moon in Leo, Virgo, Whore of Babylon, Black Madonna. So this is what we didn't see here. So on the 20th, on this date, we've got the moon on Regulus. And these are, and I'll finish this. Venus on Nunki, retro and conjunct Vega. Mercury conjunct Sun in Capricorn 22nd, first blinded by the light. Moon in Leo, Virgo, Whore of Babylon, Black Madonna, and Jupiter on third eye of the Lamb. The Empire strikes back, 3 below horizon, 2 above, 5-pointed star, flip-flop. Father, 2 sons killed, mother, 1 son survives. Jacques disguised as Saturn, Mercury, Capricorn, Jack Frost. JF, Kennedy, JF, it's the jellyfish, Jane Fonda, Jodie Foster, and the 3 kings below horizon. Venus retro in Sagittarius and Mercury just back from Sagittarius. Invisible Dauphin rises. When you are artificially pop-eyed, the unhealed moon stars come out. Chaos, sin. That's what we saw in the picture of the Arc de Triomphe. The sine wave is the sin. Bad wave, Seller, sell her, sailor. So Peter Sellers, sell her, sailor. The lion must lie with the lamb, 5'11", Leo Aquarius, but Jude people want to be Jacques the Ripper of your authentic awakening. They rape innocence, you know. And that was again about the Christmas tree. And that's showing us the moon on the 22nd between Leo and Virgo. And then we've got that blinding on the heads of Capricorn. So this is making the fake. This is the upside down Baphomet. This is Martin, Mars just entering. This is right on between, the sun is right between Capricorn on that line. Well, actually the line you can just see there. But Mars is just entered. Actually, Mars entered on the 20th. So it really is between the 120, these few days coming up. And there's Jupiter right on Fomalhaut. Sinbad the sailor. That's the same picture in there for the 20th, the moon on Regulus, and the 22nd it moves into Virgo. Okay. Okay, so 17th of January, all the frost. Here is Pierre-Paul et Jacques the Ripper. Jack Frost, JF is JFK. A Kentucky Fried Chicken. FC, Father Christmas. Kentucky Fried Chicken cut. Jellyfish, Jack. Frosties, Jane Fonda, Jodie Foster. Taxi, X marks the spot. Diaphragm cut. Sun in Capricorn. Moon in Cancer, Narnia, and Jack rises to take the place of Isis. Ice. So this was just before the full moon. Queen, MC. So he, MC Orion, Mercury in Capricorn, retrograde, and Venus, ruler of Taurus, where North Node Milky Way head is retro in Sagittarius. Asia, the B13 baby. Green Man is risen, where tail of Milky Way snake is Scorpio 13th sign, Ophiuchus, Jupiter and Aquarius. Jack on the last musketeer, fixed star, Fomalhaut. So again, minus 15 to 2. This is last year for the Tiger preparation, the frost we had. All the vines were lit up. Viticulture, VC, that was to pronounce from CV coronavirus, 322 to 223, flip-flop. Jack Frost, the end becomes the beginning. Janus, the passage, this is Narnia. The passage, is it blocked? Can you get to your higher mind, from your diaphragm to your higher minds? Narnia, got to get through the gap. Janus, the 2 sides of Janus, the 2 faces, towards winter, towards summer. The umbrella, the diaphragm, the jellyfish that opens and shuts. The lamp, the child's. Rudyard Kipling, The Jungle Book, Tiger and the Child, Jupiter, and Little Mercury, blinded by the sun. Same thing, Puss in Boots, D'Artagnan, Frosties. Here comes Major Tony, Jack Frost, Pierre, Paul and Jack, Lion in Zion, 3 little birds. Here we've got Grace and Jerry. That's Jour J. That's the GJ again. From black swan to white swan to black swan. Jack Frost. Got the Dauphin rising, Capricorn and Sagittarius merging. There's your Iron Mars and the Lion. Jack Frost, 13th sign. It's the Tiger, year of the Tiger. Ophiuchus, it's the passageway through. He's the janitor. Tiger, burning bright. Asia is the tiger. The North Polaris, the boy. We've got the wolf, the life of Pi. Cannibals. The Pi is the wheel, from Pi rats to pilots. There's Saint Martin, Taurus, bringing himself up the snakes and ladders, from rising MC Orion, Omicron. The head of the snake is in 9 years in Scorpio. 2022, the green man, the leprechaun, the little president of... So Ireland have just officially announced that January is the new spring. So Janus, crowning Janus. Let's see if we can find that. Ireland officially announces winter or spring. Let's see, spring, the green man. Was this today? Ireland announced an annual blank holiday to honour COVID victims. So there, she's pointing the last leg, the last corner. We can do it the 19th of January. So from next year, however, the government will establish a new bank holiday on the 1st of February, St. Bridge Day. So the Golden Gate is the bridge, the Silver Gate is the ark. It's a bridge which marks the Celtic festival of Imbolc, or rebirth, and the coming of spring. So the 1st of February, St. Bridget's Day. And that news came out today. So that is going to be, that mark exactly, that's going to be exactly, we're going to be coming up to February. That's going to be, let's see, Sun, the 1st of February. So how come, yep, 31, 1st of February, we've got a black moon. We've got a black moon, and we've got Saturn, we've got Mercury still in Sagittarius. And they're going to mark, so this is when the sun is in Capricorn, is going to be their new spring. They've now crowned, Jupiter has taken her place. The green man, Pan, bringing up the green man, the Silver Gate, and bringing it over to the bridge, St. Bridge, the bridge. Wow. The day is also seen as a way to celebrate women, with the government's website describing the Celtic goddess heritage as a symbol of feminine energy. They're bringing up the feminine hidden hands into this Golden Gates, but the head, you know, with the head of the snake for this ceremony is in Taurus still. Incredible. Okay, so you can go and look at that. I was just thinking because I haven't got into time, but he's called Gaspar. So Capricorn is High Cardinal Gas. I mean, this is so funny. So he's called himself, it's Gaspar, the leopard, the leopard, gas. Wow. Venus upside down, it's our kidneys. Venus rules Libra, the all-seeing eyes, your asshole if you're hung upside down. So you've got gas. Basically, Mercury blinded by the sun. Little boy blue, the sun in Capricorn. This is really the Satan. 37, the two ages rising this little blue boy, UN. So that is your Green Man Island announcing officially the 1st of February as their day into spring in Capricorn, when it should be Aquarius. So Aquarius gets crucified in the gap. They're merging Sagittarius with Capricorn. It should be Capricorn and Aquarius. So there's your Ice Queen being made Scorpio. Clockwork Orange. This is the Jaffa. This is the Nile of the Cairo, Chiron, Air, the Tiger. So you've got the Rolling Stones, 5 of them. King Louis, Mercury, the Sun, King, the Lion King, Paris, Jupiter symbol. And this is snow in Ontario, 15 to 60 centimeters. Okay. So the full moon in Cancer, it happened very early in the morning on the 18th. It's about family. There are the 10 tribes of DNA, Dante, but you need to reach the Capricorn. Opposite Cancer, where Sun enters old nanny goat, finds her fishtail, matter, mother to spirit again, and old father, air, Aquarius. You are being given Jacques Frost, being risen as MC Orion, Omri Crone, to kill the lamb, Aquarius, the old crone, Capricorn, mother, matter, heart. If you want to get ahead, get a hat. Your 5th element is when you remember your head, or you are Satan, lost tribes with no twin peak, higher mind, feather father, and grounding grandmother, tribal leader, heart, hearth, family, Cancer, or Kali, destruction. The mother that smothers and punishes and rewards is not the higher mind. Higher mind is community and family love. Every community has a judge, a healer, and they reign over those still in the 10 tribes until they merge sun and moon, 5 solar ages, 5 lunar ages, and you become the 5th head. You stand up straight and remote control your own physical experience without government nor smugglers and gangsters, but through equivalent exchange. Equality is death, liberty is when it's for the all, and freedom is when you are no longer judged by anyone but your higher consciousness. Fraternity comes when you find the missing how wow, Doctor Who, hidden hand. The 5th wave is you. The tribe of Dan, meaning judge, was one of the tribes of Israel according to the Torah. Taurus. They were allocated a coastal portion of land when the people of Israel entered the promised land, later moving northward. So this is the 5 tribes. It's orange. We're at Clockwork Orange between America and North America and Black Earth and Sagittarius, Asia. In folklore, a crone is an old woman who may be characterized as disagreeable, malicious, or sinister in manner, often with magical or supernatural associations that can make her either helpful or obstructive. The crone is also an archetypal figure, a wise woman. As a character type, the crone shares characteristics with the hag. So this upside down Satan is known as Hecate. So You've got the nasty old lady or the wise woman, and we're being given their upside down. Which is actually the ram. It's the ram, but they've made it to look like it's the goat. It's this. This is, you know, when the goat finds its spiritual worth, when it goes through from matter, it's no longer ruthless. It finds the truth. Then you've got the true self-isolated power governance. As a character type, the crone shares characteristics with the hag. The word became further specialised as the third aspect of the triple goddesses popularised by Robert Graves. So Virgo, Diana, Taurus and Capricorn. The pre-sexual girl, the mother, Taurus, the moon goddess, and Capricorn, the old wise crone. Subsequently, in some forms of neo-paganism, particularly Wicca, in which she symbolises the dark goddess, the dark side of the moon, the end of a cycle, together with the mother and the maiden. She represents part of the circle of life. In New Age and feminist spiritual circles, a croning is a ritual rite of passage into an era of wisdom, freedom, and personal power. So this is the gap we're doing between now and between this first of, we've got this new spring date, but this, you know, this is going to be between now and the true equinox, the 21st of March. We're going through this Narnia passage. Okay. A video came out with a whole load of boys in front of 10 Downing Street dressed as Boris Johnson. And they came and sung, you know, very polite hooligans. Boris as a boy's name is of Russian and Slavic origin, meaning small or battle glory. This is war and peace. Boris means divine, heavenly in Persian. The Sirius, the keeper of the four corners. Glorious in battle in Slavic, and wolf, snow leopard. So we just had, well, here's the leopard, the snow leopard. Gaspar, Leopard, and you know, this is crowning themselves as the ice, frosty Jack Frost. So we just had this full moon. This came out on the 16th of January, and short in Bulgarian. Boris is a form of Boris, which is a name of Bulgarian, Persian, and Slavic origin. It's a long way to Tipperary, flip-flop. So here's the Tipperary. Boris is a place in Tipperary, in Lewis, County Lewis, and Boris Kane, County Tipperary, Boris Slay in Tipperary. So you've got Lewis, the Silvergate, and you've got the Tipperary. BJ, Blowjob, Boaz and Jacqueline. And there you've got the two dressed differently from all the other ones, the two horns of the goat. And he is a bit of a, and look, you've got this funny woman there. You must go and see Vicky S.'s video, Saint Corona and the Medical Priest of the White Goddess. Brilliantly done. This is a nice little post about the recycling trap, but really honestly, once you realize that you're remote controlling your experience from just, it's all happening in your mind. It's just in your mind. There's nothing to fear. This is a game. You just have to pace yourself to come up from the bottom of the deep blue sea. You can't go too fast. You have to, this is the deep blue. You have to do the pressure, depressure. So if you have acknowledged every season, the four humours, corners, you are free to leave the wheel. As soon as you know this, there is no doubt nor fear, and you return instantly to your true frequency before we fell here. You know, Avatar, they're all blue, those men in Avatar, they were all blue people. This is the galactic gap that we're passing. It's the gap. Okay. That's funny. I'll let you see that. So this is the big news in France on the 15th of January. On the 15th of January. So for this tsunami, we've got La Haine on the front of the French newspapers. La Haine, going towards a fourth dose in France. So the fourth corner going around, there's the blonde again, like in that Chanel video with Gaspar, the leopard. You've got the North Star. You've got a Miranda in Picnic at Hanging Rock. So the N, this is the N, my village, Aignan. So I hold the vortex here between Richard Green. That's NRG, energy. So this film came out 25 years before COVID. 25 is 7, the last leg, the last angle. And you've got the three kings. You've got the three kings. So, you know, this is what I've been talking about. And it was the front cover, La Haine. So, you know, everything I've been saying, everything is just all unfolding. So this film, it was all in black and white. So the end of this axis, before we go on to the red, yellow, was still in the black, white. Starring Vincent Cassel, so VC, again, the flip from CV to VC. So it's all about the three kings. I think in my post, I explain this. Right, somebody had shared that. So the 5-pointed star, flip-flop from love to hate, NN, the flip-flop from CV322 to VC223, Vincent. Cass means break, L means wing, L, Cassel, break, her, L. There are 4 legs, eggs that spin around the N, hen, Aintree, Liverpool. We're being blocked at the Mercury, little boy blue, at the throat. We're just at the vagus nerve. We haven't hit the third eye. We haven't hit the crown yet. There is always a changing of the guards. Yeah, NR, the legs, eggs, the spin around the NN, Aintree, NR, G, jour J, X marks the spot. N, North Star. There is always a changing of the guards and a hidden hand that rises as we change cross. There is a new three kings teddy bear and a new baby. The bay is the closing of the Milky Way. Gulf of Mexico is the true closing. Scorpio Isis in 9 years. The aigle. So in French, egg is pronounced N. My village is AIGNAN. The aigle, but they are rising the Bay of Marseille, Omicron. So that's where this boy had a skiing accident, right on the line of the M, of the Bay of Olympic Marseille, Monaco. But they're rising the Bay of Marseille, Omicron. MC Orion, Osiris, the Black Madonna and her Dauphin son. 3 above the horizon, AC, MC, DC and IC below. 3 kings and 1 new baby, new leg. Egg rises. The 3 kings, musketeers, 3 bears, Dorothy and the lion, the tin man and the scarecrow, 777, 007. Always an angle below the horizon. We're at the end of 5 solar ages and 5 lunar ages, Akase 10, tribes of Dan DNA, and not everyone can pass back into the kingdom of the higher mind. Twin Peaks, 1110, houses. We are at the mad haters change of guards. Hidden hand, T-Rex, Scotty Tea Party. The upside down star is the Baphomet Lucifer, the hidden Hawaii 5-0 hand. The world's primary religions fall into 2 categories: Abrahamic religions such as Christianity, Judaism and Islam, and Indian religions which include Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism and others. So of the world's major religions, Christianity is the largest with more than 2 billion followers. So that's what the blonde girl represents. That's what Alice in Wonderland represents. That's what Brad and Janet represents, meeting Janice. So the film depicts that's what's going, water. The film depicts approximately 20 consecutive hours in the lives of three friends. This is The Hen, the film. Abdel, all young men from immigrant families in the aftermath of the riots. La haine, French pronunciation is La haine, which means hate, is a 1995 French independent black and white film. Co-editing director Matthew Kassovitz is a commonly released under its French title La haine, although in US VHS release was titled Hate. So this is, the title derives from a line, so it depicts the chronicles of day and night in the lives of three friends from a poor immigrant neighborhood in the suburbs of Paris. The title derives from a line spoken by one of them, Hubert, la haine attire la haine. Hate attracts hate. Hatred breeds hatred. Kassovitz was awarded the Best Director prize of Cannes, again the film festival, the Canal, the Coin Coin, the Canary Islands. La haine opens with a montage of news footage of urban riots in the banlieue, in the commune of Chanteloup-les-Vignes near Paris. A local man, Abdel Ishasha, is in intense care, having been gravely injured in police custody. In the ensuing riots, the local police station is besieged and a police officer loses his revolver. The film depicts approximately 20 consecutive hours in the lives of three friends. So you've got 20 hours and three friends. That's the three kings and the upside down star, the two horns above. All young men from immigrant families in the aftermath of the riots. So then you've got the three kings, Melchior, Gaspar. So this is one of the three kings. Gaspar, here we go. Balthazar, Caspar, Melchior. So apart from their names, the three magi developed distinct characteristics in Christian tradition so that between them they represented the three ages of adult man, three geographical and cultural areas, and sometimes other things in one tradition reflected in art by the 14th century. Example in the Arena Chapel by Giotto. Casper is old, normally with a white beard. So this is Saint Martin. This is Ophiuchus, and gives the gold. He is a king of Tarsus, land of merchants on the Mediterranean coast of modern Turkey, and is first in line to kneel to Christ. Melchior is middle-aged, giving frankincense from Arabia, and Balthazar is a young man, very often and increasingly black-skinned, with myrrh from Sabah, modern South Yemen. So these are the three kings, these are the three guys in the film, the N. Their ages were often given as 60, 40, 20, respectively, and their geographical origins were rather variable, with Balthazar increasingly coming from Ethiopia or other parts of Africa and being represented accordingly. Balthazar's blackness has been the subject of considerable recent scholarly attention. In art, it is mostly found in Northern Europe, beginning from the 12th century. Okay, so the gifts of the Magi here, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So identified in Matthew, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and coin. Well, look, you can read this. We've got we three kings of Orient are bearing gifts. We traverse afar, field and mountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. So west, Taurus, and it's soon to be the Aquarius, but they're bringing up Taurus now before we swing round. So guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. O star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to the... Yep. So, this is what's happening now. So this is when... you know, at the moment they've got a 90-degree angle. 5 and 5 is 0, 4 and 4 is 8, that's 90, that makes 90, that makes the last leg. This is the proper closing when the head of the Milky Way snake will be in Scorpio, but as you saw, we've got Jupiter making a 90-degree angle to the head of the Milky Way in Taurus. 45 and 45 is 90, it's the last leg. And there's the meter. Wow. Okay. This is all about the eye of the tiger that we're passing now. Rocky 3, 777111 is 77. This is the teapots. There's the teapots. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Right here, there's the teapots. So the teapot guides you to the galactic center. So Sagittarius, Ophiuchus. The constellation of Sagittarius is supposed to be a centaur. That's a mythical half-man, half-horse creature carrying a bow and arrow. Good luck spotting the centaur in the stars. You see, they're bringing him up from below. Taurus is Diana, the huntress, the hunter. The hunter is the female. They're using the feminine energy of Africa to crown Capricorn and Sagittarius and to give this Ophiuchus. He's going to be the hidden hand. We've got the Black Madonna and the Dauphin. But these same stars also make up what sky watchers call the teapot in Sagittarius. And the teapot is simple to spot. The teapot is an asterism in the western part of the constellation. So we're not going to go into teapot right now. I think I've got it all written here. The teapot guides you to the galactic center. The eye of the tiger is the passage of the galactic center gap. The visitors, the aliens. We are in Tiger, burning bright. The passage is here. So I wrote this on the 15th when these explosions happened. Is here. Year of the Tiger 2022. Catch 22. I mean, this is the opening. We're in the year of the Tiger. Venus flytrap closing 5-pointed star on Vega Lyra. Teapot Mad Haters, T-Rex Scotty Tea Party. N. So this is all before I saw about the N staff, or maybe I'd seen it that day. Can you stand up straight? So that, you know, this is Pollux and Castor again. Within you, the boxing ring, the frame of our diaphragm, the four corners, and your DNA, Dan, tribe of Dan, inner walls. What is the teapot? The constellation is supposed to, yeah, we've just read that. How to spot the teapot, you can see all that. Okay, so this is what we're bringing up. We're bringing up the Mercury, Pollux, Gemini. So here again, this is the upright. This is the ram, the North Star in the middle. It's just the all-seeing eye when you stand up straight, when you merge Capricorn and Aquarius. We're closing now in Capricorn. Pluto's entering Capricorn. And this is upside down. Satan, not Saturn. I put the Aintree star as the upright star. True Saturn Twin Peaks is the nanny goat upright North Star. They kill Bill, Satan. Satan is the upside down, reversed, 5-pointed, 2-twinned horn, Pan, Ram, Green Man, North Star, Satan, Downing Street, Portobello, to bellow, a deep roaring shout or sound, a bellow of rage. Okay, so that post came up on the 15th, and let's look at the pictures now. We've just read that. So let's look at the pictures. It's the film. North Star. This is that famous film, The Visitors, the aliens, and it's basically the barbers. It's my village, the 5-pointed star. There they are, the three kings. The film, the three kings, the three little birds. 10, 6, say 10, and Virgo, or that can be the 9 upside down as well. But for me, that is the generation, the Pluto in Virgo generation. And now we've got Pluto going into Capricorn, the 10th house. And it's this passage of the mad haters. And so we've got the twins. They've just died. And for some reason, their faces have been taken out. The Cheshire Cat. So this is the 2 horns and the 3 underneath and the imposter. This is that, this is the James Webb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not the 5-pointed star. This is the beehive. So there's the 3 kings. They are, it's all Islam. So this is from Taxi Driver. He's copying a scene from Taxi Driver. So again, Jodie Foster, Robert De Niro, he played in Raging Bull. And he's copying an image from the film. That's his hero. Travis is the name. Travis was the person who, the event in Energy in Texas for the Vendetta 5/11. Was called Travis Scott or something, that singer. So Travis means to traverse, to cross. This blue boy has just died at the crossroads of the 2 blue pistes, skiing pistes, blue. The fleur de lis. It's the picnic at Hanging Rock. That, and there's the upside down and the uprights, the golden ratio, and there's the 5 with the Leo putting himself in the middle. Haynes, hates, la haine. Is she not called Haynes? Avril, no, Avril Haynes is the Central Intelligence. She's another H lady. And Haines is a census-designated place located in Haynesboro, Alaska. It is in the northern part of Alaska, near the Glacial Bay National Park and Preserve. And then Avril Haines is a different. She was born on January the 20th. Director of National Intelligence on January the 21st, 2021. She's the 7th Senate, confirmed. So it's always the same thing. That's that angle. There are the boxers. And we saw those pictures last time. NRG, NRJ in France. It's with it's the Black Panther, Jour J. Osiris. Rising of Osiris, the 14 pieces of Osiris is when Isis rises again. She brings her partner with her. We're going through the galactic gap. This is the galactic gap. Got to find the key of Chiron. This is Saint Martin. This is the stag in Bambi, the father. It's Taurus is the deer. The mother dies and the stag rises to guide his apprentice. So St. Nick 6 Virgo and Saint Nick, nique ta mère. In French, you say, fuck your mother, nique, Nike, picnic, the top of the mountain, nique ta mère, Nico 10, St. Nicholas, MC Orion kills Bill, Mary Poppins and takes Alice Lara Croft, Jupiter ascending. 4 legs. You've all got their noddy hats on. And there's Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. Palantine. There you've got the same image. This is the 5. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 6. The 6. It's the new king. And there's why you've got with my great grandmother. You've got that person in the corner. So 3 kings die and mother and son survive. Oh, yeah, that's I've read that before. Black Madonna and Dauphin above and 3 kings below. 5-pointed star, Christmas tree. You are the arbre, the cadavre. Okay. So these 3 died and 2 survived. Again, the whale's tails, the cycle of Venus, the V, the closing of the horseshoe, the bay, change of guard, the whale's tail, the Cairo, so in Taxi Driver, 1976, Charles Palantine is running for president. Palantine means having local authority that elsewhere belongs only to a sovereign. Right. Okay, the Baphomet in Stag Ram. So you've got the stag instead of Taurus, the deer, and the ram. Taurus, the deer, cow, Bambi, mum, moon key killed, moon key 369. The moon key gets choked, and MC Orion risen as Ophiuchus, Aries, stag, green, ram, pan. On the 14th, we had the Eye of the Tiger, view from my garden. Yeah, these are my cats. We go on walks together. Any more of the tiger? Okay, tiger. Oh, yep. Oops. It's still recording. So maybe I just switched off, switched on. Maybe you didn't just get all that. Did you just get all that? I just showed the Eye of the Tiger. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to tell you about one of the darkest pages of Christian history. Hypatia was a Greek philosopher, astronomer, and mathematician who lived in Alexandria, Egypt, then part of Eastern Roman Empire, and was brutally murdered by Christians in the 4th century. She was educated in Athens in her younger days and later came to Alexandria. Her public lectures were popular and her contributions to geometry, astronomy, mathematics and philosophy made Hypatia a highly regarded scholar. At the time, Alexandria was shaken by a series of civic disturbances of 3 groups, pagans, Jews and Christians. Cyril, an Alexandrian Christian bishop, decided to eliminate Hypatia and he ordered a mob of monks, the Parabolani, to kidnap her. The Parabolani had already destroyed the remains of the Library of Alexandria, razed pagan temples, attacked the Jewish quarters, and destroyed masterpieces of ancient art. The monks pulled the philosopher from her chariot and dragged her through the streets, scraping her flesh with oyster shells to a temple. She was stripped naked, her limbs pulled from her body, and took her to a place called Cinarion, where they set her on fire. Hypatria's death marked the end of the ancient paganist world and the triumph of Christianity. So now it's against the Christians, where we are now for the last leg. That is the feminine, that's the Pisces, that's Andromeda. And we're now bringing up the back to black. Looking into the New Madrid fault line, the Gulf spill, the Falkland Islands again. So it was more about the fracking and this preparation to make a new axis. It's all about what's going on now for the flip-flop and bringing up the bay, I think, of Marseille. Just after I did that last video, I've been going on to the French site for my driving license. English people now have to have French driving license and papers in order to be here. And the name of the site is called Ants. So French 69, Ant, Asia. F is the sixth letter, so it's 6 or 9. Ant, Fant, Asia. A fan is a ventilator, vent, air, Aquarius, wind, SARS, Windsors. A fanfan is a funfair. A fan or fanatic, sometimes also termed an aficionado or enthusiast, is a person who exhibits strong interest or admiration for something or somebody, such as a celebrity, a sport, a sports team, a genre, politician, a book, a movie, a video game, or an entertainer. An apparatus with rotating blades that creates a current of air for cooling or ventilation. A couple of ceiling fans lazily turning. A handheld device typically folding in shapes. You've got the Asian fans and shaped like, and the Spanish have the fans as well. Fanfan, of a circle when spread out that is waved so as to cool the person holding it. The girls were giggling behind their fans, increase the strength of a fire by blowing on it or stirring up the air near it. Fanned by an easterly wind, the fire spread rapidly. So this is what we're being taken into now. Ant, Asia, remember Adam and the ants. So this is the rebels, this is the Sagittarius, this is the V for Vendettas. This is, as in that film, my cat's just come back. Oh, so this is the Aboriginal sky. And by the way, so this is the Aborigine sky. We got an ant, we got a boomerang, which is like the horseshoe, and we've got this big ant here. And if we go back to 511, the sun was right on the ants. Boom. We had a black moon. We had the black moon on the ant and Mercury for the Vendetta date. So that will be every year. The sun will be on this big ant. And if we go back to Western, the ant is just, it's the dragon, it's the tip of the Polaris. Okay, yeah, we've got Polaris here, and we've got on the bear Merak. So that ant is kind of here in the scar. It's about the Polaris. The ant is the Polaris. It is the Polaris. Right. Agents National de Titres Sécurisés, your title. So this is ants. Finish with just looking at newspaper covers of today. We could do this kind of thing all the time, but so a grandfather and his grandson in the Peking Express. So every year from where I live, D'Artagnan, they have, I've got a picture of it. So we've got dates. Yeah, this is the electoral, the voting. So Renault visé après la mort d'un jeune Gersois de 18. So again, I was talking about the fox. Renault, the singer, the guy, the anti-vax guy coming up. And again, they're being attacked for this young boy, 18 years. The Milky Way takes 18 years to go around. It's half of the 360 wheel. Gregory Salvador venait d'avoir, he was just 18 years old. He comes from eau, water, eos. So water's over. I told you that's the old Oz. Avait décroché un contrat d'apprentissage. So he's the apprentice at Renault, retail, RR, Romulus and Remus. So now that apprentice is being risen, the blue boy, in the Avenue of America, États-Unis, at Toulouse, to lose your heads. What you lose. The adventure, it s'était arrêté brutalement 5 weeks after his apprenticeship stopped. That's the 5-pointed star. We were at the 23rd of October, 23 DNA strands. So his tutor wasn't there. It was another technician that was chaperoning him, looking. So it was exactly what's going on. This is Ophiuchus taking the staff of the Caduceus of Mercury and the Caduceus and the rod of Asclepius. So from going from one to the other, the chaperon is the Hierophant, it's the chariots. Oh goodness. So his normal tutor wasn't there. Another technician chaperoned him. Le binôme doit réparer une voiture pour personnes à mobilité réduite. He's got to fix a car for handicapped people. And once the car was hanging up, doit déplacer un gros ciré qui durait de l'arrière du véhicule. C'était coincé entre les chemins de répondre avec les deux hommes. So he got stuck in this lifting the car up or something. So the Grey Pavers, they're killing all the geese. Old Mother Hubbard, all the geese are losing their wings, their L's. And this is the young boy. So he's showing just the one corner with his arm, the last leg. And this is the 4 L's, This is the North. This is the North Polaris Star. It's got its 4 L's. This race is called 4L, D'Artagnan. This begins in the town of D'Artagnan. There's D'Artagnan. They're all dressed as D'Artagnan, the last leg. And this is the race to Peking. So the peak of the mountain, peak. Little Miss the Peekaboo with her lamb. Okay, MC is the MC, IC, La Marianne. So there they are, the grandfather and the grandson doing this race, and he's called GC, of course, Jean-Claude. And this lady, she's going against the past, so because she can't see any culture. So we've got the two sides of the people coming, and then they show this of 10 people and the hawk, Altair. I'm actually getting ill, which is quite a good thing because I haven't been ill. I can just feel it hitting me fast. I'm tired. I'm going to stop this video now, but we just look at these pictures. There's the hawk. And here, Africa on the big screen. The Lumières, Rendezvous Ciné Afrique on the Thursday, the 20th of January. So this is all the water going on. We're having a big meeting today about changing all the lakes. The 9 bassins, the 9 lakes. So, and this is the weather. So on the San Marius, we've got 5, 4, -5. But it's that sun on those days. So Thursday is the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. This is the patch of rising that sun, Mercury and the sun conjunct in Capricorn, rising the Sun King. And we've got 7, 7, 7, 7, the 4 corners. So her sun has just been taken away 8 years ago. That's the cycle of the 5-pointed star. Jean-Jacques, J.J. Bourdin, so Jude Pete and Jude Paul, Bourdin, Boaz and Jacqueline, Jean-Michel, Jupiter, Mercury, and that again. So we've got just the sun coming up here in this bay. This is the bay. This is the Bay of Marseille, the M. Okay, so we'll end now. I can't believe I've just done another 2 hours. But you can see this is, you know, it really is. Here's Venus just finishing now her retrograde. Mars entering Sagittarius from tomorrow, this evening, and Mercury making his journey back after having been crowned. And then we have new moon in Capricorn conjunct to Saturn on the 1st of the 2nd, which is this new spring crowning just announced in Ireland to bring up the green man, the leprechaun, Jupiter, you know, it's just, and right. So, darlings, we've done enough. I'll be back because we're really going through it now. And as I said during this video, it's such a great place when you can keep mind over matter and you know that, you know, death is being able to feel, if you can't feel good within yourself in a body, then you're not going to feel great about yourself when you don't have your vessel anymore, your chariot. In French, flesh is chair, the chariots. So it's just about, you know, not relying on the material and what it is that really makes your soul glow, and to have that inner, you know, to have no fear is ultimate freedom. Okay, I love you very much, my darlings. Bye for now.